Hi, I'm Grandma Judy. I'm 78 years old. I know I'm old, but I keep myself pretty busy because if I don't, my brain, I swear, just goes to mush. Oh, so frustrating. Even keeping busy, my brain is not what it was a few years ago. And then, kaboom, I went and fell off of a porch, strictly my fault. Wasn't paying attention? Boom. Well, I went through 3 casts and now I'm in a brace. The first one was from the elbow right up to the tip, almost the tip of my fingers, and had my thumb out at a side angle like this. So I was like, "Whoa, hi!" I couldn't do anything. It was so boring. I know. And it's my left hand and I'm right dominant, so it shouldn't have been that big a deal, but it was. But now I've gone from the big cast, then they put on a smaller cast, still let me have my thumb, but still kept my fingers pretty well out of the picture. Then I went to a third cast and I could bend my fingers, but my thumb could only hit this one finger. The other fingers couldn't go over to it. So I was like, okay, that's better. Now I've got this one, and look at this. I have my fingers and my thumb. Very exciting. And this will be on for probably another month. And I can take it off to take a shower and stuff, so it's much nicer than having to put that big bag on my arm and trying to keep everything dry, which was just a nuisance. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was how wonderful my family and my friends were. They turned around and took me to doctor's appointments, made sure I wasn't sitting being lonely and whiny. Because at my age, it takes a very short period of time for the brain to start to deteriorate and the body too as well. So if you're not up and walking, if you spend a month down that's unnecessary, it's going to take 3 months of hard work to get those legs and hips and back to where you could do what you did before you decided to sit down for a month. So I've tried to stay as active as possible even with this. But common nature being what it is, I did spend more time sitting than I should have. So I'm having to really work at getting the strength back into my legs and back and stuff, and my knees are getting all stiff. So irritating, I know. But because of my family and my friends, I didn't have to worry about transportation or anything. Everybody made sure I got to doctor's appointments and stuff, because even though I drive and I own my own vehicle and all that sort of thing, I don't drive in cities. And the doctors are in the cities. I live out in the country. I know, I think a traffic jam is 3 cars and we're going the same way. I know. Well, it's different in the city. All those cars going everywhere, and off ramps and turnarounds. I know. I get lost in just trying to figure out which ramp to take and where to go. And by the time I make up my mind, I could hurt somebody. So I just don't do it. I don't drive in the cities anymore. And happily, I have friends and family that are willing to do that for me. I know, because I live out in the country. There's no Uber. Not an Uber around. So, I do what I can when I can. And it may not be great, but that's where it works. But I have been really fortunate because my family and friends, especially my daughter, has just really picked up and made sure I got to all those appointments and doctors and hospitals and all of that stuff. Because, like I said, that traffic. You would not want to be on the road with me. I wouldn't want to be on the road with me. So I just don't. But you can do me a big favor, and you can do yourself a big favor at the same time. If you have an older friend or a neighbor maybe that you really don't know too well, make sure you go over and say hi. See if they, if you're going to town or something, oh, I'm running down to the IGA. You want to run? Do you need to go? I'll be leaving in about an hour. You got to give them time to get ready. So, because what happens is if the mind isn't used, and we're not talking, and we're sitting there and we're living in our own heads, dementia can set in really easy. And our minds can just go to mush. Or in my case, I've had some anesthesia and stuff, and my mind has not picked up from where it was from before. Just over a little broken arm. So make sure that you try to be nice to your seniors. Try to go over and say hi, what you doing? Oh, look, the kids made cookies today. I brought you over some cookies. Take the kids over and let them see the kids. Because you could be keeping that person out of a nursing home or an assisted living just by knowing that there's somebody there that says hi. Makes a huge difference in a person's life. I use YouTube a lot for that. So if I don't have anybody coming around for a few days, I make a video. I do. So this is hi from Grandma Judy. And I'm hoping that you will take the time to be nice to that senior that lives 2 doors down, or your aunt, or your grandma, and make sure that they know that they're not alone. Because being alone is not good for us olders. It's not good for anybody. But for us olders, I swear we'll start living inside our heads, and pretty soon we don't know our make-believe from reality. I know it's really a hard time. So please, be nice to your seniors. Say hi. Take them some cookies. Ask them if they want to go shopping. Find out if they're having medical issues. Or maybe you're going to walk in and find out that things have slipped more than you think. And you'll need to contact their family if you can, or a doctor if they have one. Because doing nothing just isn't fair to the community. You don't want to find out that Aunt Bessie died because nobody and was dead for a week because nobody showed up, or the neighbor down the road had fallen in the shower and nobody found her or him. So yeah, let's form a community just by saying hi. So glad to see you. What are you doing? Oh, your flowers look great. I'm going to town. Do you want to go? Whatever. Because the brain is a muscle. I know they say it's not, it's all that goop and gunk. But if it's not worked, it's gone. I know because mine's wanting to slip out. Oh, it is so scary. So please, visit with your neighbor, visit with your Aunt Bessie, check up on your grandma, do Skype calling or something if they're out of the area. Because if you don't, the next time you hear about them, it could be that they slipped and fell in the shower, or just sat down in their chair and never got back up. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. Because I do. Because I visit with you on YouTube. Bye-bye. Grandma Judy.